Hey, it's Keith here from Impulse Melody. I know it's been a long time, you probably forgot what I looked like. I'm here today on behalf of my band, Stateside Dreamer. Last month we released an EP, it's called Young Forever. It chronicles our journey to find the Fountain of Youth, which we found it. Turns out it's in Ohio, and it's easy to get to actually, so it's pretty cool. I'm gonna look like this forever, I'm never gonna age again. But yeah, if you haven't checked it out yet, definitely do that. You can find it on Spotify, Amazon, iTunes. I'll link to it in the description below. And yeah, check that out. But why I'm here right now is because we are releasing a song each month following the release of the EP for the next year or so. And we have one coming out in a couple of days. It's coming out May 4th, so by the time you watch this video, it may already be out. Woo! It is a cover of the classic song Maneater by Hall and Oates. It was already a song that I loved a ton, and doing a cover of it has been really fun. I should warn you, it's nothing like the original. It's a very dark cinematic version, so don't expect anything like upbeat, dancey, and super 80s vibey. It's not that. But I had 3 elements of the production that I thought I could show you guys today, and let's dig into that.
Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. She's a man-eater. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. She's a man-eater.
Alright, so the first thing that I wanted to talk about today is actually the first sound that you hear in the song, and then you hear it a couple more times throughout the song. It's this weird unfolding, bubbly vocal texture thing. So I started with Allie's vocals. She had recorded the saxophone solo from the original song in just her voice, and I chopped that up and threw some stuff backwards and all sorts of stuff, and just sort of threw it in a pattern, and here's what it sounds like, completely dry by itself. Pretty weird. Alright, next thing I did was I recorded 3 passes of my voice, just improvising some melodies with random vowel sounds, and I added that to it. Still pretty weird, but getting somewhere, I guess. I threw it through a delay, a reverb. I had an insert reverb that I threw on the entire thing. And then I put a low-pass filter, everything below 1000 hertz, and then there's an LFO that's slowly modulating the cutoff frequency to give it a little bit more movement, and here's what that sounds like. This is the final sound. Alright, much more usable and cool. I actually got quite a bit of mileage out of that sound, using it as a texture in the background of this song. So that's that one. Alright, so the next thing that I wanted to talk about is verse 2, the production of verse 2. I wanted to create this dichotomy of something beautiful on top and something sort of chaotic and undulating underneath. And so what I have on top is just Allie's vocals and some piano arpeggios, and it sounds beautiful. Here's what it sounds like.
I wouldn't if I were you. I know what she can do. She's deadly, man. She could really rip your world apart.
Alright, so that's what's on top. Sounds beautiful. Now underneath, we've got something a bit uglier and more chaotic. And it sounds like this. You get the idea. So I think it works pretty effectively to create the sound of something that is beautiful on the surface, but there's something horribly wrong with it if you look a little bit closer. And just for fun, that seemingly random kick and snare pattern that was in the second verse, I wanted to show you where that came from. So here it is, sped up to 30% of its original duration. That's the beat from the original one, minus the swing on it. Alright, so the last thing that I wanted to talk to you today about is the reharmonization of the chorus. In the original one, you might remember, it just sort of went down and came back up, went down, came back up, and that was the pattern. It was something like this. Down, up, down, up. Now what I wanted to do with our version was create this sense of ever descending into a deep dark hole and getting closer to the Maneater. So instead of having the bass line go down from C to A flat and then back up, I had it just keep going down the C minor scale, and it went something like this. So it just keeps going down up until it gets to the 2-5 and then it resolves. But that is all. Thanks so much for hanging out today. It's been my pleasure, and I hope to be doing a lot more of this in the coming months. Don't forget, Stateside Dreamer's cover of Maneater is coming out May 4th. It's going to be available on iTunes, Amazon, and Spotify. I will link to that in the description below. And if you want to stay up to date on everything Stateside Dreamer, make sure to follow our artist page on Spotify. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and I suppose the opposite is true. If you want to hear more from me here at Impulse Melody, make sure to hit the subscribe button, as well as the little bell notification next to it so that I can pop up every time you open your browser and be like, hey, new video, new video. Yeah. If there's anything that you want to see me do, just make sure you put it in the comments below, and I will read that. Well, that's all I got. Thanks so much.